All right, my friend, welcome to the ManTalks show. And this is one of those men's work sessions. So we're going to be diving in with you. Um, Tell me a little bit about why you signed up, what you're here to work on, what you're struggling with or want to address.
Yeah. Yeah, I signed up after got divorced several years back and always had some relationship issues, maybe even during the marriage. Obviously, we got divorced, but after the marriage, it became even more apparent. It was just hard to have the relationships that I wanted, and really feel like comfortable with them and like I don't know what I would think of other 40-year-old men, that I think they have probably healthy relationships. I look at my own and they're all like crumbling all around me. And it's just kind of like, what the hell is wrong with me? Uh, so yeah, I joined, worked with some other coaches, but also joined the men's group just because the more I did this work, the more I started just hearing other guys having the same sorts of issues, and it was really interesting as I joined the group that the amount of guys going through similar stuff where I could almost copy and paste their answers to questions, and just found it almost, I guess, helpful just to see other guys going through similar sorts of issues in life around the same age and probably the same sort of demographic as me.
You'd mentioned before we jumped on that there was another man's story that hit home with you. Can you just say a little bit about the similarities and what resonated with you about his story?
Yeah, yeah. It was listening to your podcast. I just heard you talking to another man and asking him about the relationship with his dad. And I was driving as I was listening to it, and some of those answers that he was giving were just really hitting home. And as I was kind of answering your own questions myself, the emotional response that I had to those answers, it really hit me. That as good as I comparatively, my life was pretty good compared to a lot of other people in the world. I had a roof over my head, never had to worry about meals, clothes, anything like that. But then these other issues that are deeper rooted, other people just going through those same sorts of things, the same feelings are just kind of buried inside their bodies, from at least some man's perspective, like the relationship with their dad and how that affected them going into adulthood.
What what felt similar between your relationship with your father and that man's relationship to his father?
It was probably certainly not, um, I, I wasn't neglected as a kid, but the way that, um, your emotional needs could just be completely, someone can be so unaware of your emotional needs as just another human. And yeah, it was, a lot of his responses to questions. I had the same response in my head, as I was answering the questions myself.
Hmm. Okay. You said something along the lines of what's wrong with me that I can't make my relationship work, my relationships work. Can you elaborate on, and I'm going to use the heavy air quotes, but can you elaborate on what you think is wrong with you that causes you
Uh,
to not be able to have your relationships work?
yeah, there was definitely a pattern before getting married, after getting married, where it'd be probably about 3 to 6 months into a relationship, I'd just check out, and there'd be no real apparent reason other than I just would lose interest in some way of that person. Might be, I'd cause fights. I'd find some kind of, insecurity to hone in on and use that as a wedge to drive us apart. But it was pretty consistent looking throughout like my life. Just the closer I got to somebody, the harder it was to actually keep that relationship together, and the bigger blow up of ending it would be.
Do you have a sense of what you are protecting in yourself or what you're resisting about relationship that when you get closer to them, it feels like you have to then distance yourself? Like, what don't you want them to see or know about you?
Mm, mm. Probably, I mean, I guess a lot, it's nice getting through that like initial like phase with somebody where you get to kind of be the person you want to be to them. But then after several months, when some of that mask starts coming off, and um, I want to be that strong person that's likable, uh, laugh with you and have fun, uh, you know, do those things that are just kind of fun loving. But then I think at a certain point, you start getting a little bit deeper, and it's not just all fun loving. It's like, there's like a different person behind that, and that gets a little vulnerable. Um, and there is that part that doesn't want to actually be seen and then let down and hurt.
Yeah. So if I commit to you, if I love you, if I let you see me, I'll have to touch the pain of my own childhood.
Yeah. 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 You can't just um, hide behind some anger over something, it's like you can actually um, touch that pain.
Hmm. Say what's happening as you talk about it right now inside of you.
Oh, I feel like the nervousness, like a tingling in my stomach, and a little bit of tightness in my chest.
Yeah, it seems like you touched it right there, right? You
Mm.
you could feel, I can see it in your eyes now, the sadness and the grief. So just take a breath in there. You're doing great. And just say what's happening inside of you. Make a statement from that place.
Mm. Feels even scary just starting to say those things. Um, because it is kind of like exposing that like real person underneath that there is somebody that can be hurt.
Mm. Yeah. Tell me more about, then just keep breathing into that part. I don't want you to move away from it. Just see if you can stay with that grief and that sadness that's underneath the surface. Because my guess is that in relationship, that's what you're running from. That's what you don't want a woman to see. You don't want her to see the part of you that's hurt.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a strong part.
Right. Yeah. So I don't want, how would you frame that? I don't want you to see my weakness. I don't want women to
Yeah,
see my weakness.
yeah, I don't want you to see my weakness.
So stay with that. Take a breath in and just make one more statement from your sadness.
Like, I don't want to even express something I don't totally understand myself.
Mm. Understood. Got it. Okay. So I'm going to just make a good guess here. Okay. And I just want you to let what I'm about to say hit you and really let it do something to you. Okay. So close your eyes again and just stay with that sadness inside of you and that tinkling in the belly. So my guess is that this is the part of you that never really had a place with dad.
Mm.
And that this is the part of you that you were terrified to expose or express with him.
Yeah.
So just breathe into that. Let that come. And just say what's happening.
A lot, a lot more tingling going on. That tightness kind of expands.
Take another breath. And then from there, just make a statement to Dad, just directly to him. What do you want him to know from here?
I want him to know that I was really alone.
So just
And
say directly to him, I want you to know, Dad, I want you to know, and let yourself be affected by what you're saying. It's right there. You're doing good.
Dad, I want you to know that I was really alone. You ignored me when I asked for attention.
Another breath. Say what that was like for you.
Mm. It was hard. It would be scary. He'd lose his temper and a heartbeat.
Another breath in. Oh, so Dad, you were frightening.
Dad, you were frightening.
And I made it mean that there was something wrong with me.
I made it mean there was something wrong with me.
So again, let that affect you. Let that do something to you. And just see that boy that was terrified of being around Dad. You can see him in his bedroom or in the living room or wherever he would go to try and get away from Dad's anger, disappointment. And just make a statement to him. What do you want to say to that boy?
You don't have to hide. None of that's about you.
Take a breath. Doing good. And just breathe into your heart for a moment. And say what's happening to the grief and the sadness in your body.
Grief and sadness kind of goes away as I, kind of feel my heart expand with that. That it wasn't that little kid's fault. There was nothing he did.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't my fault.
It's nothing that I did.
It's nothing I did.
Sounds like you've been blaming yourself for a long time, though, buddy. A long time. And it really sounds like you were a good son. And that you actually needed your dad to tell you, you're a good kid. You're a good son. I'm glad that you're my son. Let that hit you. It's okay. Every boy needs to hear that. You deserved to hear that. And take a breath and just tell your dad what you actually needed to hear from him. What words did you need to hear? What did you need from him?
Yeah, I wanted to hear I love you. I'm proud of you. You're awesome. You did a great job.
Another deep breath. And again, just say what's happening inside so I'm with you. And keep letting it come up. You're doing good.
It's actually kind of dizzying in a way. Whatever's going on there, it's like dizzying. I have to find my center of balance right now.
It's okay. Yeah. Just let that be. It's
Mm.
okay to feel a little dizzy. Take another deep breath in. Good. And out. It's easy to get disoriented when we've had to hold down how we feel for so long. And the intensity of what we're feeling starts to come up. So take another breath. What else do you want to say to your dad?
I'm mad he wasn't there for so many things. I'm mad at you, Dad, for not being there for so many things. Wish you hadn't turned your back.
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Yeah,
When did he?
he was on a cycling team when I was like 7. But my next door neighbor had to teach me how to ride a bike. Like, why wouldn't you teach your own kid to ride a bike? I
Another
remember,
breath. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. And
no,
let it out.
I remember like learning to do it like out of anger. Go, fuck you, I'll ride this bike without you.
Yeah. Let that come up. You're doing good. Say it again. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you for what? Fuck you for.
Fuck you for running away. Fuck you for hiding. Fuck you for not stepping up, being a dad.
Keep letting it out. Keep letting it go. You can
Mm.
clench your fists. You can clench your fists. You can hold on to something if you want. If you got arms on the chair or a desk in front of you. And actually just, you can let a little bit of that out in a sound. Like, fuck you.
Mm. Fuck you. Fuck you for not trying.
Would you ever do that to your son if you had a son?
No, I've got 2. I'd never do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So tell him that.
Yeah. I would never do that to my kids, Dad. I'd never make them feel alone. I'd never make them feel questioning if you love them. Why you aren't in their lives.
A deep breath. Deep breath. And just let a little bit out in sound. Yeah. Again, a little bit more.
Ah,
What else? Fuck you for.
fuck you for ruining Christmas. Fuck you for breaking all our toys with a hammer.
Keep going. Just keep letting it out. Fuck you for not teaching me how to ride a bike.
Mm.
Fuck you for always being gone. Fuck you for breaking my toys. Keep going.
Yeah, fuck you for always being gone. Fuck you for never walking me to school or across the street. Fuck you for putting everyone else in front of us.
Take a breath. Say what's happening inside of you right now, in your chest, in your
I
throat. What's happening?
feel my heartbeat picking up. I feel that tension rising up my throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That that
Keep letting it come up and just speak right from there. What does it want to say to him?
mm, it's angry, but it just wants to also wants to understand. Just say, fuck it, I get it. You had your own issues. You were dealing with just giving up on us.
And it still wasn't okay. And it still wasn't okay.
It still wasn't okay.
You had your own shit. Still wasn't okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you had your own shit and it still wasn't okay.
Take a breath. So I became the father I needed you to be.
So I became the father I needed you to be. I am the father I needed you to be.
Say what that's like.
Mm.
Yeah, let that come, buddy. Let it come. It must be so hard sometimes to see your boys get the love and the treatment that you, as a kid, really, really wanted.
Yeah. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm. Keep letting that come up. Keep letting yourself be affected by what you're going through. What would happen if your dad saw you express yourself like this when you were growing up?
Think he'd get angry. Think he'd shut down. Think he'd blame something else.
Hmm. Well, I just want you to know you don't have to do that with me. You're not too much for me right now. Your anger's not too much. Your grief is not too much. I'm not going to shut down. See what that's like.
Relieving. Like there's this the tension weight on my chest just evaporates.
Hmm. Good. Another deep breath. So you had to withhold a lot from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't be too expressive. Couldn't be too unexpressive. Just right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Or what? What would happen?
Mm. Oh, it'd be uh, there are a lot of times you just throw his hands up and quit. Just we're at McDonald's and I didn't really want to order right away. We're at the drive-thru and he just drove off.
Another breath. So I have to get it right, otherwise people will leave me.
Yeah.
When would he when would he love you? When would he acknowledge you, if ever?
I had a really good basketball game. If I scored 20 points, he'd really be happy about that.
Hmm. So dad would love the version of me that he wanted.
Yeah.
A breath. Say what's happening inside. Just so I'm with you.
It's like, feel this part of me that, kind of in my teenage years, or like, yeah, he really did just want like that version of me that he wanted me to be. And it became the exact opposite my teenage years.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. I just heard Rage Against the Machine, like, fuck you,
Yeah.
I won't do what you tell me.
That was like one of the CDs I owned back then.
Uh-huh, I bet.
might, might have been a couple of years later, but I blew my eardrums to that CD.
Uh-huh. So just notice what's wrong with me that I can't make this work with dad. What's wrong with me that I can't make this work with women? Nothing wrong with you, buddy. Take a breath in. Just let that hit you. Okay? Been playing out the same cycle with women. What's wrong with me that I can't make this work? Something's wrong with me. Got to push them away so that they don't see it.
Yeah, I feel that.
What would happen when things were secure with dad? When things just found, like, were there times where there was ease? Or was it always high stress, high tension?
Wasn't until like my late teenage years, and he actually got divorced until there was things where could be at ease. I was probably 17, 18. I never quite learned to trust that feeling though. It was short lived. I mean, it was 2 years. I'm off to college.
Deep breath in. And now. Are you dating anybody right now?
Yeah,
Okay. How long?
3 years.
Okay.
A little on and off. For the past year, it's been all on.
Mm-hmm. Are you comfortable with sharing her name or no? That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gail.
Dale. Okay. So just, again, breathe into your heart. And now. And if Gail had heard this whole thing, this whole cycle that we just went through, talking about dad and what it was like for you as a kid, just make a statement from your heart to Gail. What would your heart want to say to her?
Mm. Sorry, sorry, I put uh, that wall up between us. And you want to see beyond that. I made it really difficult at times. That has nothing to do with you. It's been protecting something that I can't even understand.
Well, say what you've been protecting.
Mm.
What have you been protecting yourself from having to show her, and what have you been protecting her from seeing in you?
I think it's, this feeling of disappointment that I've let you down. I'm not, I'm not good enough, not strong enough.
Yeah, I've
If
been
there is something
protecting.
wrong with me.
Yeah, I've been protecting you from seeing any of my imperfections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to be perfect in order to be loved.
You,
How's that working?
yeah. Makes it hard.
Yeah. What stands out to me is this notion of if you knew the real version of me, you wouldn't love me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the real version of you didn't get embraced growing up. He didn't get to be in relationship, especially with dad.
Yeah.
So just say what's happening inside right now.
Feels like, confusion, trying to like run through my head, think about the times I got a hug when I needed one and I don't remember it. How awkward it is now to say, "Hey, I love you, Dad."
How does he respond?
I don't know. We don't do it.
Ah, okay. He's still alive today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your relationship with him like now?
I'll bring my kids over to see him once a month and we kind of chat for an hour. Um, I try to talk to him. Just keep in touch so my kids can see their grandpa. He's a lot more um, calm. I think the house we grew up in was very toxic between my mom and my dad. It was horrible. I think just him getting out of there himself probably changed a lot for him. At some point, maybe he forgot what he was so angry about.
Mm. Have you ever told him what you didn't like about your childhood?
No, he gets upset. I jokingly mentioned something before, and he just kind of threw up his hands and said, "Oh, it's all my fault. It's all my fault."
Hmm. So he has a lot of guilt and shame about how he acted.
I think so.
Take another breath. What do you hope that your sons tell you one day
Mm.
when they're 30?
I love you.
Hmm.
I want them to call me up, say, "Hey, you know, I met a girl," or got a new job. I just want them to call me up and tell me about their life, and we get to talk.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure that you'll have that with them.
Yeah,
What stopped you from engaging with your father in the way that you want on your terms?
I think he's just always so negative.
Hmm.
He's a very smart guy. He's a doctor. If I brought up some idea for making money or business, it would pretty much be a dumb idea unless you were a doctor. Yeah. Uh,
Understood. So just take one last breath. And all I want you to do is just picture that version of you as a boy, maybe 6 or 7 years old, or 5 or 8. And really connect to the father that's in you, the man that knows how to parent, who doesn't always get it right, isn't perfect, but knows how to parent a boy. and just make a statement to him, that younger version of you.
So much of it, I just want to give you a hug. I love you. I don't know why. I don't know why your dad doesn't want to wrestle or play or even simply talk to you. You're awesome though. You're so much fun. All this awesome energy. Best wrestler I know.
Yeah, you were a good son.
You're an awesome son. I'm proud you're me.
There was nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this, buddy.
So just visualize yourself giving him a hug, picking him up, and just say how he's responding.
Mm. Nice. He's hugging tight.
Holding on, hey?
Yeah.
The neck squeeze or the around the ribs?
Well, it's like around the neck, like
Uh-huh.
head kind of buried into mine.
Yeah. So just let that sink into you. Let that really sink into you. He doesn't have to be alone anymore. He doesn't have to believe that he's the problem in a relationship anymore. Any final things you want to say to him?
Mm. Yeah, just that, really, just that hug feels so good. Just such a strong little boy.
Yeah.
Really proud of you.
Anything that he'd want to say back to you?
Mm. And he just felt scared. And it's just feels really warm to have like, you know, a man to hug. Feel safe with that.
Yeah. So breathe in and now. And just let all of that start to dissipate. Really hold on to that feeling of embracing him and take a bit of a somatic screenshot. Really let your body remember this feeling and this sensation. Remember what it's like. And just stay with that for a moment. It's a thing you can come back to at any point. But this is a part of you that's needed some attention and some love, and to not be hidden in relationship and not be responsible for the relationship, that younger version of you. So take one final deep breath in, exhale it out. Good. One more of those. And out. And then just slowly make your way back in. Remember the room and the space that you're in, what's in front and behind you. Just visualize that. And then come on back into the call at your own pace.
Whoa.
How you doing?
Wow. Uh, it's kind of wild. I'm back seeing the screen here. Uh, my whole head was like twisted there for a minute. I mean, I know I could have fallen off the chair and it wouldn't have felt too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought my eyes were like here and here. Yeah, it was. Uh,
Reorienting.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, everybody has different experiences, but sometimes it shows how off center we are,
Mm,
you know. And I think part of it is that you've had to hide so much of yourself. You've had to literally suppress or repress large parts of who you are in relationship. And part of that is we push things under the surface. And so I think part of that disorientation that you're feeling or that you were feeling when we were doing that is we were bringing a lot of that hidden stuff up to the surface. And so
yeah.
it didn't need to be pushed down anymore. So the second thing is you said something in the beginning, either before we hit record or once we started, something along the lines of like, how the fuck did he miss all that with me?
Mm,
How did he miss teaching me how to ride the bike? How did he miss what I needed? How did he miss just telling me that he loved me or that he was proud of me? How did he miss all that? And it's common for a lot of men that were neglected growing up to then neglect themselves in relationship. And neglect isn't always, it's not just exclusively, here's what I want and need. Can sometimes neglect that, but we can neglect bringing forward who we truly are, what we're struggling with, what we desire, what we're afraid of. And those things get hidden. And so I think for you, what I'd really encourage you to do is to ask yourself the question and do some writing around what parts of me do I want Gail to know? What have I been withholding and really hiding from her?
oh,
And for some men, that's joy and love and appreciation and, adoration of their partner. I see that a lot where men end up becoming the withholders, right? They received withholding and then they end up becoming withholders of that love. And other versions of it is that they end up withholding themselves. So it's like, I'll give you the manicured version of me. I'm going to give you the performative version of me with the mask, but I'm not actually going to give you the real shit. I'm not going to tell you any of this stuff that might threaten the connection, because to expose that growing up was to expose yourself to real rejection or punishment or harshness or criticism or pain of some sort.
yeah,
And the repair comes in being able to express those parts of yourself, to start to expose some of those elements of who you actually are and have them be loved and received and accepted. So I think it'll be important for you to identify some of those things of like, well, what do I actually withhold from her? What do I not express? What do I not share? What do I not expose? Now, this isn't about complete disclosure, right? This isn't like say every thought and express it. That's not it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's there is such a thing as oversharing, overexposing, and that can be its own kind of harmful to a relationship. And
sure,
there's actually research on that. So, when we withhold too much, it can be harmful to the relationship. When we expose everything and that kind of stuff, it can be harmful as well. So, but I want you to find some of the things that you genuinely want to bring into the relationship, that you genuinely want her to know about you, and then to start to bring those things in. And maybe it's just starting with, hey, you know what? I'm realizing how much I actually withhold, and I would like to hear what that's been like for you. And if you're open to it, I'd like to start to bring some things forward.
yeah,
Does that sound reasonable?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Thoughts, comments, questions,
Yeah,
concerns, snide remarks?
it'll be hard to find some of those things, just um, in digging into it, just they're kind of hidden from myself as well. But no, I'm excited to start doing that and kind of scratch the surface on those things. Um,
Did you touch them today?
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of times that we're right there. I feel that I was really holding back things I wanted to say, just how I felt in a moment, you know. And I think just something as simple as that, just saying it, not it coming out with anger or something like that, just saying it like,
Yeah.
I am feeling a little neglected here.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I
Not
don't
that
like
she neglects me.
no,
She's
yeah, I
very good.
got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I don't, yeah. 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 I don't
I
like
didn't
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't like that. Or here's what I'd really love. I mean, practice those statements. Here's what I'd really love. I didn't like that. That wasn't okay with me. Here's what I'd really like. Here's what I want you to
Yeah.
know about how I'm doing right now. Just start to practice some of those things because when neglect happens, we become withholders and we end up neglecting our own wants, needs, sense of self, etc. So I think as you just tune into some of those
Yeah.
pieces, it'll help you reveal it in the moment, and then it won't be this big mystery or treasure hunt. It'll just be, oh, in the
Yeah.
moment, like, oh, here's what I need, here's what I want. I didn't like that. Those types of things will help it be real time
Yeah.
versus some archaeological dig.
Yeah. 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 No, I think just listening to those feelings in the body, um, that started off. Um,
Yeah.
I think that tightness in my chest. Thinking, hey, there's some tightness to my chest here. What don't I like about this? Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Good.
yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff, brother. All right, my
Oh,
friend.
I like it, man. That was wild.
Good work today. And if you need anything, follow up. I'd love for you to actually follow up in like a week or two and just let me know how things are going and check in.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll do
that's
that.
it for today. If you need anything in the future, just hit me up. All right.
All right. And thanks, Connor. That was awesome.
You got it.